Hey, good morning, good evening, everybody.
Good
Evening. We are live right now. It is 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just give me that light, please. I'm going to charge it up so we can get some light for after. Hope everybody is doing well. Just take over here. I'll take it off. Yeah. Excellent. Thanks. Hope everybody's doing well. If you're joining now, go ahead and throw us a hashtag live. And if you're watching later, throw us a hashtag replay. If you could be so kind enough to put, there we go, Daniel. Anyone else, put your name in the chat box, please, so we know who you are. And we encourage you guys, just putting something in the charger here, to post your biggest takeaway after tonight's live training, okay? So post your biggest takeaway. The topic tonight will be supplementation and how it affects weight loss and muscle building in particular. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, go ahead and drop some fire in the chat box. All right. We're also going to have a client of ours, Jessie, that's been with us for a very long time. Come on at about 7:15, 7:20 to share his experience with us. So if you have questions or comments, just place them in the chat box. Okay. And we'll get to it after Jessie's presentation. Okay. So first, we'll give you a little presentation. You can comment if you like. Hello, and then we'll go over through the comments and questions right after Jessie's done at about 7:20, 7:25, 7:30. Sound good, everybody? Great. So let's get started. Everyone say hello to Danielle, please.
Hi, everyone.
All right. And we're going to move through it today. Go ahead, babe.
When it comes to supplements that may help with exercise and weight loss, it's important to remember that supplements are not a replacement for a balanced diet and regular physical activity. However, some supplements that are commonly used to support weight loss and exercise performance include caffeine. Caffeine is a natural stimulant that can help increase energy levels, improve focus, and boost metabolism, potentially leading to increased calorie burn during exercise.
I know. Go ahead. It's dark over here. There's gonna be a little light once our light shines up and charges up, so we'll have a little bit more light for you guys. We weren't expecting it to just die on us. Life on life's terms. So, what do you want to say about caffeine? Something?
No, I was just gonna say, like nowadays, everybody's drinking. There's so many different drinks with caffeine in them, but old school, they used to drink coffee before a workout.
Yes, they did. A lot of coffee was what they did back in the day. Hello, Farah. Hello, Kerry. Hello, Chris. Hello, Bernadette. Okay. Yeah, caffeine. It's a big one. Why is it a big one? Caffeine falls under under a class of drugs called stimulants. It's a stimulant. So whenever we ingest caffeine, right, we increase our blood pressure, our heart rate, and reduce our appetite because it makes us a little bit more edgy and anxious. Not fully. Some people are not as sensitive to it as others. But the benefit, and again, when it comes to supplements, there's no quick weight loss or muscle building. We'll talk about that, but there's no quick fix. We're just going to go through this presentation tonight to just give you some of the ones that we've used, other people we know have used, but it's not a replacement for working out, consistency, and diet, which is 80% of your results. Supplements could be a big waste of money if you're not doing everything else. It's just a little bit to add a little bit more fuel to the fire, let's say, once the fire is already burning. And to get the fire to burn, it starts with consistency, doing workouts, and complying to some sort of nutrition plan. So you can take all the caffeine you want. All you'll do is be jittery and maybe not eat or eat less for 2-3 days because we build tolerance to supplements, especially weight loss supplements like caffeine. How many of you drink a cup and now you can go up to 2, 3, and if you keep drinking, you'll be drinking even more caffeine. So it comes to a point where it's dose effective, but after a certain amount of dose, it becomes not good. And again, if you're drinking it a little too late in the night, you're going to have a hard time sleeping. And even though you're sleeping, you think you're sleeping and you're sleeping well, you're not falling into an REM sleep, which is a deeper sleep where you dream. And that's very crucial for recovery, weight loss, mood, emotions, right? It's important that you get the deep sleep as well as far as the regular, the REM sleep and the deep sleep. So watch out how you take caffeine. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Next. Go ahead, babe.
Number 2, green tea extract. Green tea extract contains compounds like catechins and caffeine that have been linked to increased fat oxidation and weight loss.
Yes. So green tea is another one, ladies and gentlemen, that's like caffeine. It's again got caffeine in it. It's less. It has some health benefits. Okay, but again, it can help with weight loss by reducing your appetite, giving you a little bit more energy. That's how it aids with fat loss. It doesn't necessarily burn the fat off your body. So if you have fat on you, by taking caffeine, you're not going to burn it away. Or by drinking green tea, you're not going to burn it away. Or by taking these capsules, you're not going to burn it away. You're just going to reduce your appetite and get a little bit more energy, which can help with weight loss. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, say makes sense in the chat box, please. Hello, Nelson. All right, let's move to the next one.
L-carnitine. L-carnitine is an amino acid that plays a role in fat metabolism and may help increase the use of fat as a source of energy during exercise. Thank you.
So this is one that's some people may know about, some people don't. It's not a stimulant, okay? It can be beneficial. Again, the results with these stuff is it's very small, okay? You're not going to experience major weight loss with this stuff. It's very, very insignificant almost, but it can help. So if taking that one that we just mentioned, it breaks up the fat molecules in the body, the stubborn fat, only when you're doing cardio. So it can give you a little bit more natural energy from the fat stores you have because fat is stored energy. This releases the energy, the fat stored in the body as energy so you can use it. So it's good to take that particular supplement fasted with a cup of caffeine in the morning doing cardio. It's great for that. So if you combine caffeine and L-carnitine together and take it on an empty stomach, fasted, meaning you haven't eaten 8 hours, so that means you're not getting up in the middle of the night and munching and snacking, because I've done that. If anybody can identify with that in here, you know what I'm talking about, right? We've all done it. Maybe not all, but I've done it. So it's not going to work if you haven't fasted for 8 hours. Taking this supplement can be beneficial for fat loss in that sense. Again, these are not expensive supplements, 20 to 30 bucks, but again, if you start adding up all these supplements that we're about to go to, you'll easily have a $300, $400 bill a month. You'll see all the supplements we mentioned. They all cost anywhere from 20 to 50 bucks. So that's why supplements, like how long can you continue to maintain it for? Again, also putting all this stuff in the body has to go through the liver, right? So it puts a lot of pressure on the system too. So we don't want to always be doing a lot of supplements. Next. Go ahead, babe.
Okay. Conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. CLA is a fatty acid that may help reduce body fat and increase lean muscle mass, particularly when combined with exercise.
So I've taken this one in the past, maybe 15, 20 years ago. I haven't really seen much difference with it. It's one that people use. I particularly don't like it. I've never seen any results with it personally myself. Other people have. And the way that works is similar to what you just heard from the other one, L-carnitine, which is reduces the body fat into the system, and you get energy from it. It breaks down fat. Okay, and these are all dose dependent. Okay, which a lot of them will give you suggestions in the back of the bottle of what to take, how much to take, and that again will be another $20, $30. Okay, it also helps with metabolizing carbs. That's one of the things it's known for, CLA. So if you're having a big carb meal, if you take some CLAs before the carb meal, you're going to use the carbs more efficiently than if you weren't to take the CLAs. There is a lot of research with that. Again, I've never seen the results personally myself. If you guys remember many years ago, there used to be these pills you can take. I forget the name. It started with an H, that you could reduce appetite by taking them. Never worked for me. Those stuff that just does not work. And we'll get into the prescription stuff too, like Ozempic and Fen-Phen and Phentermine and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Excellent. So let's go ahead. Next.
Protein supplements. Excuse me. Protein supplements can help support weight loss. Maybe.
Sorry,
Can help support weight loss by promoting satiety. Gosh, I can't say the word. Feeling satiated, preserving muscle mass, and aiding in muscle recovery after exercise.
So we all talk about protein, right? Protein. Having too much protein is excess calories and can make you fat if you're eating too much of it, right? The thing that's great about protein, it has a lot of benefits, especially as a protein supplement. Why? Because it's easy to take in 20 to 50 grams. It's harder to eat chicken. 20, like eating a big piece of chicken like this or slamming down a shake. The shake is easier. It could taste better, right? So it's used in moderation. It's good. That's why we'll give you guys a couple of shakes for people who are on the program to supplement what you need. But again, let me be clear with this. Protein supplement versus protein food, like let's say chicken, meat, eggs versus protein powder, there is a difference. Protein powder does not ignite your metabolism. So when we ingest protein, 4 to 8 ounces, 4 to 6 ounces, the body has to work hard to break it down. With protein powder, it doesn't. So it doesn't increase your metabolism. It doesn't satiate you as much as chicken breast, meat, and eggs will too. Now, there is a protein product out there called casein protein. You guys may have heard of it. That one, you'll feel a little bit full from it because it's made from cottage cheese. So there's a little bit more. You can get a little bit more if it's good stuff. A higher ignite your metabolism with it. So the point of it, how protein relates to fat loss, is it occupies, it's supposed to satiate your hunger. So therefore, you eat less of carbs and fat, which is what a lot of us do when we're coming in here trying to lose weight. We're eating less protein, more fat and carbs. So when we reduce carbs and fat, weight loss starts to happen a little bit better when we increase protein. But we can't increase it the whole time because that becomes excess calories. The body needs to still burn it. Make sense, everybody? If we're still on and making sense and you guys are getting value, go ahead and drop some fire, please. Okay. Go ahead.
Ephedra, caffeine, aspirin.
Anyone older in here from the 90s, right? This was a big one. It's ephedra is like caffeine. Could be almost like crack. Okay, it makes you very, very intense. It gives a big rush, especially when you mix it with caffeine and you throw aspirin in it because it gets into the bloodstream real quick with the aspirin. Aspirin thins your blood. It's good. It works. It's phenomenal. Again, it comes with consequences. Okay, it'll give you a lot of energy. It'll reduce your appetite a tremendous amount, but it only works for a week or two, and then it stops working because you build a tolerance to it. So when you take this stuff, you feel good in the beginning, but eventually tolerance builds in. And my experience has been with this stuff, when I take it after 2 weeks, because I'm strict dieting, or I'm like a lot of people, what I used to do is not eat at all or eat very little and take those pills and work out. But then when you come off the pills, what do you think happens? All that hunger, all those foods that you were not skipping out on, it comes back with a vengeance. And my experience has been that it led me to binging and gaining even more weight and feeling depressed about it, which can coincide with not wanting to go to the gym, not feeling great about who you, and also it's harder to get your natural energy back when you take this stuff. So if you're constantly increasing your energy by taking caffeine and ephedra, what you're really doing is you're messing up with a lot of natural hormones in your body. I forget one of them. It starts with an A. But you throw your body out of whack. You're not going to sleep well. You're going to be hungrier than usual when you come off, and you're going to feel lethargic. That's been my experience. Okay? Just want to put that out there for you guys. I'm not against supplements. I'm all for it, again, in moderation. Let's plug plug this in, see if it works. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Let me do it. Sorry.
We're about to brighten up.
Okay, like we said, we'll brighten up. Here we are.
It is better.
Excellent. Isn't it better, ladies and gentlemen? Let us know. Okay. Next. Oops. Prescription drugs, right?
Prescription drugs, yes.
So my experiences with phentermine, it's like again, it's similar to all this stuff we spoke about. It's just another notch up. It causes heart murmurs. Okay, your heart could skip from this stuff, right? You could feel like you're having an anxiety attack. Okay, and it's not healthy. Now, all this stuff, Ozempic, I don't know how that works exactly, which is another one. You shoot it in your stomach.
Curbs the hunger.
Curbs the hunger. It could possibly work. But what do you think is going to happen when you come off this stuff? What are you going to, if you take it forever, then you're dependent on a drug. So if you want to take the easy way out and take that stuff and not work out and not eat right, it's only a matter. It's like people, with all due respect, that get weight loss surgery, right? They do it, and then what do you think happens after they get the weight loss surgery? They haven't made any real changes to their brain, so they continue back to their old ways. Even if they can't eat a lot, they'll find ways to do it, whether it's through sugar drinks, small desserts that their stomach can handle, and they pack on the calories even worse. So again, all these prescription drugs, it's made to sell to us, to convince us to buy, so they could profit, which we understand business, but it comes with side effects and consequences. Okay, you're coming from a guy who's abused drugs. So I'm telling you directly, straight up, I've experimented with a lot of different things in my life, except Ozempic. Okay, and I probably would have at some point, but now I know better today, because I was willing to take anything. That's how desperate I was. And it wasn't until I truly realized that it was the diet, consistency, and the exercise that keeps me in check. All this other stuff doesn't matter. I bring this stuff to the table for you guys to know because we have clients and they're curious. So I want to lay it out for you guys. Make sense, everybody? Thumbs up if it's making sense. Let's continue on. How we doing with time?
It is 7:18.
Ooh, Jessie, we got to get him on. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to stop here, unfortunately. We wanted to do the muscle building piece for you guys too. Is Jessie on? 7. I told him 7:20. Oh, there he is. Okay. What we're going to do is stop here. We're going to bring Jessie on. We may continue with the muscle building portion of it. We may not. We'll see. As soon as Jessie is done. If not, we'll continue the muscle building supplement as part 2 of this live training. We'll go ahead and look at these comments and questions, and we'll kind of take it from there. Sound good, everybody? Excellent. So here's Jessie. Great guy, right? I met this guy, well, he'll tell you, on the street, okay? We were going around at the time promoting ourselves in Mattawan and for personal training. And I bumped into him in the street. He said, if you would have came to my house, he probably would have shot me or killed me. But it's thank God I met him on the street. So we're good friends today. He's been a client for like a couple of years now, at least, right?
Yes.
And he'll tell you a little bit about what it was like to meet us, what it's like to work with us. And he'll share a little bit about his personal life too. So here he is. Let me get off.
Doing? This is
What's up, bro?
Jesse.
How you doing? How you doing, man? What's up?
So, one of my hesitation working with Sam and Danielle at first, a little bit was, like everybody else, I was worried about the cost and the commitment to the program. And you know what? It's actually kind of paid off too, because with the commitment, with the cost, it makes you go to the gym. I was on and off gym person my whole life, on and off. I'm an electrician. I work like 60, 70 hours a week, and it's hard, just making that commitment. But these guys really push you. I had a great experience over there. I'm happy I did make the jump. And right now we're going again a couple of times a week, and then a little bit on my own. But I take a lot of Sam's advice. even with some, supplements and diets and everything else, they're always there for you. One of the things I do appreciate, you're not just a number with these guys. Sam calls me the day after a workout just to make sure, seeing if I'm sore and whatnot. And that goes a long way. A lot of people are just in it for the money. He really does care about his clients. I could definitely say that. The other thing, I have a lot of injuries and I'm all banged up from. I've been in, like I said, I'm an electrician, been in construction for like 30 years or so, and all kinds of injuries. And Sam works around our injuries, and he does the right thing. He's and make sure you don't get hurt. And it's like I said, you're not just a number with them. So I definitely recommend Sammy Gunn's training. Whoever wants to try to get back into shape or stay in shape or maintain, and he's a very personable person. Also, like you said, we became friends, and it's also like a therapy session working out with him too. We have some good times at the same time of getting a good workout in. So I strongly recommend it, and that's it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes,
So I wear a therapist hat too for some people in case.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, man, thank you for sharing your experience with us. He's a busy man. He's a busy guy. He has 2 jobs. He has his personal business. He's an electrician in Matawan and Marlboro, Morganville area, right? So if you need a good electrician, definitely hit him up. Okay, really nice guy, right? And
I'm
you
TK
mentioned
Electric, if some of you know me from Facebook and whatnot. But yeah, I'm always on the move, always working. So, and like I said, Sam also accommodates my schedule. There are times I called him at the last minute, and I don't like doing that to him, and he was able to work with me, knowing how busy I am, but they're very good people, and like I said, it's a great experience.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Have a great night. I'll
You
see
too, man.
tomorrow.
Let me let you go. You
Thank
too. You got it, bro.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. All right. All right. Don't forget about Danielle too. Okay. Jessie works with me directly, right? So we're going to also be bringing on women that Danielle works with that have the same exact thing to say that Jessie said about me to Danielle, because she's great with the ladies, unreal. She listens to them, personable, not like Jessie said, just a number, right? We treat you like how we would want to be treated. Okay. So let's give props to her too, because I don't want her to feel left out. Just him talk, because he works with me directly. He doesn't work with her. Okay.
Thank you. Babe.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. So who wants to talk about muscle building? Put it in the chat box. I'm gonna look at some comments here. And then if I get a vote on who wants to hear about muscle building supplements, we'll kind of go through that. Saw your reel last week. Why you're not building muscle in your back? Because you don't do compound lifts like deadlifts, bent over rows, and pull-ups. Wonder why those are not a workout plan.
On a workout plan.
Which ones? The deadlifts, the pull-ups. Very good question. I'm gonna address that right now. So deadlifts, I don't like to give them out to people because I'm not there. And if I'm not there, even when I'm there, if you ask a lot of the people who we work with in person, you're not going to see them doing a lot of deadlifts. If they are, it's very light because you could get injured. I've gotten injured bad with deadlifts from doing weight that was way less than I can do out of nowhere. So I'm not a big fan of it. It has its place, just not a big fan of it. Pull-ups, the reason for that is it's hard to do. So if we're going to give you assisted pull-ups, that's one thing. But I personally feel like lat pull-downs is better. If you want pull-ups, what you could do is before you do your lat pull-down set, just do a couple of reps of pull-ups, then transition into pull-downs with the lat pull-down. So I hope that answers that question. Bent over rows, same thing. I like your chest supported. I don't like bent over rows because your chest is not supported. Your lower back takes a lot of pressure, especially with the T-bar row too. I rather have the chest against the pad because I feel like you can isolate the back more that way. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, please let me know. Okay, next. Is it better to not take any supplements? It depends who you are and what your purpose is and what your experience is. Okay? No, I wouldn't answer. I wouldn't say is it better not to take any supplements. I would say if you're brand new, yes. If you're a little bit more advanced, then I think supplements are good. She's very good. Excellent. Me. Yes. Good. Next on Instagram, let's see. And if you guys are on Instagram, you want to join our private Facebook community where you get access to all these live trainings, the full live trainings, just go ahead and click the link in our bio, and you'll have access to the group. Okay. Excuse me. What about people who take medication on a daily basis? So it depends on the medication you're taking, and how it interacts with the supplements. Most of the ones I mentioned are fine, but again, I'm not a doctor, so I would seek a doctor's professional opinion on that, based on the medication you're on. Okay, good. Danielle is the best. Yes.
Thank you, Carrie.
What about creating? What about creating
Creatine, she probably meant.
creatine for women after? I'm not a big fan of creatine for women at all. It bloats you and makes you gain weight, water weight, unnecessary. Okay, I really don't feel like it's appropriate for women. That's just my opinion. Other coaches may feel differently about it, but my experience has been when you give creatine to women, it bloats them and it makes them 5 pounds heavier. For what reason are we going to do that? Unless they're entering a powerlifting or a strength competition. Okay, it doesn't burn any fat, if that's what you're thinking. All right. Okay. All right. Anyone want to hear about muscle building? Says yes. All right, let's continue on with the muscle building portion. Let's go.
When it comes to supplements for muscle building, it's important to note that a balanced diet and proper training are key factors in achieving muscle growth. However, some common supplements that are often used to support muscle building include, drumroll, protein supplements. Whey protein, casein protein, and plant-based protein powders can help increase protein intake, which is essential for muscle repair and growth.
So again, there's a difference between the different protein powders we discussed. There's plant-based, protein isolate, protein casein, whey concentrate. So concentrate is a blend of isolate and I believe, yeah, it's a blend of isolate and regular whey protein.
Whey protein.
Okay. Then there's isolate. Isolate is better for after workouts. The reason for that is it goes into the bloodstream a little bit quicker than regular casein protein or regular concentrated protein, whey protein. So isolate is best for after workouts. Again, don't get too technical with this stuff because I have, and all it does is confuse you, make you ask more questions, and it doesn't help in any way with you building more muscle or burning fat. It just becomes an obsession that you ask questions about just to further yourself into like nothing, nowhereness. Because my experience has been taking casein or isolate or concentrate. You know what? I'm not a professional bodybuilder, and most of the people we work with aren't. Those little 0.5% things is not going to make the difference of you being 256 pounds of lean muscle. There's a lot of other things that go with it. So don't get caught up with all that stuff. And the way it helps with muscle building protein is it repairs muscle. So we break down muscle when we train. And when we rest, we drink protein or take protein through food. And it helps with protein synthesis, repairing the muscle. Make sense? Good. Let's go to the next.
Creatine. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound that helps provide energy to muscles during high-intensity workouts, leading to increased strength and muscle mass.
So creatine is good, ladies and gentlemen. Creatine is good if you're trying to put on a little weight, water weight. You're trying to get a little stronger. You really don't care about how you look. You just want to pack on some muscle. The way it could help you pack on muscle is by increasing your water weight by 5 pounds will give you a little bit more strength. Okay. It helps with the ATP process of of lifting the weight so you can recover quicker in between the sets. So let's say you do a set of 10, you'll recover quicker and do another set of 10. That's it. It's not going to actually put the muscle on you. You have to do the work. It makes it easier to do the next set because you have a little bit more strength and endurance. That's it. That's how that helps. Next. Okay. Branch chain amino acids. Go ahead.
BCAAs, including leucine, isoleucine, and valine, and I hope I'm pronouncing all these correctly, are isoleucine, are essential amino acids that can help promote muscle protein synthesis and reduce muscle breakdown.
Right. Right. So there's essential amino acids now. Okay. Instead of branch chain amino acids, it's a little bit more advanced. They're good. They're good. I recommend them. If you want to get them, sure, go ahead. When the best time to use them is during your workout, before your workout, or after your workout. It'll help with recovery and with protein synthesis. Okay. So you can definitely get those. It's not going to make a major difference in building muscle, but it'll help you with recovery. Okay. Good. Next.
Beta-alanine. Beta-alanine is an amino acid that helps increase muscle carnosine levels, which can improve exercise performance and delay muscle fatigue.
So these are, again, amino acids that you can take while you train. I just want you to also know one thing. This stuff wasn't around in the 70s. The light died out again. This stuff wasn't around in the 70s. And neither was protein powders, right? None of this stuff was around. And if you look at some of the people that worked out in the 70s, they looked really good, right? They weren't too big. They weren't too small, right? They looked aesthetically pleasing, and they didn't take any of these supplements. So again, you want to spend your money on it, go ahead. It can help a little bit, but it's not going to make a major difference in everything. Okay? Next.
L-glutamine. Glutamine is an amino acid that supports muscle recovery and immune function, making it beneficial for muscle building and overall health.
Yes, I like L-glutamine. I do find it. I could be a placebo in my head, but I don't take it anymore. I used to. It helps with recovery. I find myself a little bit less sore when I take L-glutamine. So if you're looking to get a little bit less sore so you can perform exercise, you can hit the workouts a little harder, you're not as sore and fatigued, definitely take L-glutamine. When should you take it? You can take it with the branch chain amino acids or essential amino acids during, before, after your workout. You could even throw creatine in there if you're a guy. So that's a good combination. Creatine, essential amino acids, and what was the one? Glutamine. Those three, combination. And you can take a pre-workout before that, which is laced with caffeine. So you see how all this stuff is coming together and making sense? Okay, next. We'll address comments in the end. Intracarbs. Some of our clients may already know about this. We recommend this one. I really like this one personally because a lot of our clients and myself diet, right? So we eat less calories than we burn. When we get into a diet deep, what happens is we start to feel fatigued and tired, right? So we take external energy boosters like caffeine, but unfortunately, sometimes that's not enough. Taking an intracarb will ensure that you have a better workout because it'll give you a quick rush of carbs into your bloodstream. It's made from a carb called cyclic dextrin, and it's the quickest carb that can get into your bloodstream, faster than any type of sugar. That's why it's effective. So you get a raise in insulin real quick while you're training so you can have more energy to finish out your sets. My experience has been I could definitely have more energy when taking intracarbs on a diet. If you're not dieting, it's a waste of money. Okay, so if you're not on a diet plan and you're really not counting calories and you're not really staying in a deficit, you don't need it. But if you're starting to feel fatigued, hungry, like you're gassing out during the workouts, it could be a great aid mixing it with the other three we mentioned. Is everyone getting value so far? Let's see some participation in the chat box, please, by dropping some fire. Okay. If I missed this, just ignore me. But do you find any difference between vegan Very good question, Farah. This one I'll address quick. The vegan protein powder is definitely different than regular protein powder because it doesn't have all the chains of the amino acids. It's missing one. So it's not as effective. However, if you are a vegan, that's fine. Then you have no choice. Take it. It's better than not taking it. But it is missing a link. That's why, a funny thing, if you look at gorillas, they're monstrous. They have a lot of muscle, gorillas, and they're vegan. So go figure that out. So that's the argument. Well, they're vegan, right? How do they get muscular? Because their stomach is different than ours. So they don't need that. Their enzymes in their stomach are different than ours. So they don't need that last chain of amino acid to convert it into protein for them. We do. We need the complete spectrum. And vegan is missing one. So that's why humans do better with regular protein versus vegan. Good? And you can look that up. Okay, next. Hormone replacement therapy. Hormone replacement therapy. This is a controversial one, okay? Because if you're in your 20s, you don't really need it. If you're in your 30s, you really probably don't even need it. Mid-30s, you can start considering it. 40s, you want to definitely go to the doctor, especially if you're a guy, even a woman, and get, like we tell all our clients, a full hormone panel, meaning growth hormone, which is going to be low anyways, free testosterone, regular testosterone, thyroid, cholesterol, liver, all that. And you need to get it checked and see where your numbers are at. Some doctors will be for hormone replacement therapy. Some doctors will be against it. It depends on the doctor.
Right. And they won't even, just a little side note, they don't check for growth hormone when they do a panel. So I don't know, you probably have to pay extra for that, but they will not normally include that on a panel. But it's good to know.
And just so you know, Danielle never takes any supplements, never took any supplements, in case you're wondering. So she doesn't know about it as much as I do. I've done a lot of research on supplements, and I've taken a lot of said. Like I said, I am a recovering drug addict, so I try anything and everything. She doesn't. She's very
conservative.
Yeah, I'll take risks.
Conservative. Once in a while, I'll drink a little energy drink, some of it.
Right, and
not a lot of it.
And she's very like, as soon as she drinks a little bit, forget it. And I could drink 2 cans. So again, it depends on who you are, what kind of person you are. If you're an addictive type of person, stay away from supplements. Please do yourself a favor. It's going to do nothing for you, but just make you spend more money and spin your wheels. Put that effort and energy of being obsessive and compulsive into the training and the nutrition. You'll get much better results that way. That's one of the biggest tips I can give you. Okay? Don't get caught up with supplements. Next. So hormone replacement therapy. So that's it. It's good. I like it. I think it's great. I'm all for it. So if you want it, go get it from a doctor if you're a guy or if you're a woman. Okay? Women have to take a much lower dose than a guy does, but it definitely will help. It's legit. It's 100%. If you're under a supervision of a doctor, it's really beneficial. Now, some people will argue against it. That's on them. This is my position on it. Okay? You'll notice big differences in muscle gain and fat loss. It happens pretty quick as long as you're staying consistent with diet and exercise. If you take it and don't do anything, it's not going to work. It's going to make you hungry and bloated and sad. So don't do that. But if you're on a sound nutrition plan, you've been working out for a while, and you're at a plateau, or you're not sure what your hormone levels are, go to a doctor and go to a doctor that's for HRT. Look around. Talk to your internist. Make a recommendation to a urologist or an endocrinologist, and they'll set you up.
Yeah, and you may need to do a little searching. Like, they have a lot of these places now that specialize in hormone replacement therapy, because a lot of times the doctors will check your levels, and if they fall within what it should be for your age, they will, possibly not want to give you testosterone or other hormones. So it's important that you go to someone that knows what they're doing and that believes in hormone replacement therapy, that will look for the optimal level and want to put you at the optimal level for you to feel your best, not just what your age is supposed to be.
Yes, that's a big one. Let me get the water, please. Yeah, a lot of doctors will take your test levels, testosterone levels, thank you, and compare it to just an average across the board between someone who's 30 and 80. Well, guess what? Testosterone dips by a certain amount of percent. I think it's 5 or 10% once you hit the age of 33. And it starts to dip. And the less testosterone you have, the harder it is to burn fat and build muscle, period. So the doctors don't really care about that. As long as the number is at 300, you're doing fine. But
your symptoms play a role.
exactly.
So some doctors, you know, even if you are not showing that you have low testosterone, if your symptoms are you're tired, you're not putting on muscle, you know, you have like symptoms of low testosterone, they may treat you. So it's just important to know who you're going to, do some research, and find somebody who is knows a lot about it and specializes in hormone replacement therapy. It definitely does work. I know that for a fact. So
Yep. All right. Also, another one, GH, growth hormone. Very good stuff. Okay. Again, you have to go to an anti-aging clinic for that. I don't think you can get it from a regular doctor, but it's really helpful. It can aid in fat loss and muscle building as well, pretty quickly too. Well, growth hormone takes a little bit longer, but it's very expensive. There's a lot of fakes out there. People sell Chinese saying it's American, etc. So you want to be careful. If it's legitimate from a legitimate doctor and you're looking to spend anywhere between $500 to $700 a month on the upwards of that for it, then go ahead by all means. Again, you come off that stuff, you lose it. That's the other thing with it.
And inject yourself too.
Right. Yes.
Because you have to inject yourself.
So you take that stuff. When you come off that stuff, you go right back to where you were. Also with testosterone, just to let you guys know, once you start using it, you shut down your own testosterone. That means you don't make any more. So if you're looking to have kids, children, etc., you may want to not do that. Will you get your natural testosterone back? Yes, but it won't be as high as it was when you first started. So you need a baseline of what you are now. Then take it if you want to from a doctor, and then come off and see what your baseline is after that. It'll probably drop and will never go back up to the way it was. But if it's low already, it's low. It's not going to get any higher. And taking all these stuff you see out there, these testosterone boosters that you see in all these, vitamin shops, GNCs, all these supplement stores, okay, it's all bullshit. With all due respect, it doesn't work. It'll increase your testosterone by 5%. It's a placebo effect. You're wasting your money. These pills cost about $50 to $70 each, and a bottle, and you're not going to make any progress. There's other stuff out there that's like legal hormones, so to speak. They're called pro hormones. Those do work. Okay, but those come with side effects. They hurt your liver. Some of them don't. Again, we don't know what the long-term effects of those are because they keep making new ones. What they basically do is mimic steroids. Okay, we know what steroids does. It's been around for 50 to 100 years, so we know what the side effects of those are. These pro hormones and the stuff over the counter, unfortunately, we don't. Okay, again, going on that stuff on and off, if you're a person who's been working out for a while, you're not a new person, there is a time and place for it. You can take a risk and take some of that stuff and come off. But again, if you're an addictive person like myself, you'll most likely get addicted to it and you'll want to stay on all the time. Okay? Are we clear on everything? Yes? No? Let's see some yes and no's in the chat box. Yes and no's in the chat box. Make an appointment with your doctor. Handsome doctor, no? Okay. So if you have any questions or comments, now is the time. Please post your biggest takeaway inside the live training, inside the private Facebook group. Okay? So we know you guys are getting value. All right? Okay. Was this information helpful? I think they're answering yes. I forgot what I asked. Yeah, was it helpful? Did you guys get value from this? Was it helpful? Do you feel there's any questions you have right now? No? We're good? Thumbs up if we're good. Thumbs up if we're good. Put some music. Good.
Oh. You got a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Any more? Thumbs ups. Great. Okay. So I don't hear any more. I don't see any more questions. Okay. We're going to let you guys go. Our coaching call will be on Thursday for our clients at 8 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, if you have any ideas on content that you guys want to hear about that you think would be helpful, you can always message us or comment, and we'll try to make videos on it like this one. You're welcome. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We're going to wrap it up and have a very, very good, safe evening.
Yes. Thanks for joining. Have a great night, guys.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ooh, let me end the stream here. 1 second.